Yes, we're still talking about bacon.
Bacon.
Yes, but we have a Weather Whiz kid who's not talking about bacon. So, Scott.
A very timely question, asking about storm surge and, of course, the sheer weight of the water. So I've got a question for you guys, okay? How much does a cubic yard of water weigh? So 3 feet by 3 feet by 3 feet square of water. How much do you think that weighs?
200 pounds.
Michelle?
I have no idea.
1,700 pounds.
Oh, really?
So it weighs a lot. So storm surge is very important, and it's not only a summer thing, but it's also a winter thing. Here's our question.
My name is Barrett. I go to Cynthia Mann Elementary, and my weather question is, what determines how high a storm surge goes?
Great question from Cynthia Mann Elementary, and very timely as well. When we think of storm surges, we think of hurricanes, but it doesn't necessarily take a hurricane. How about this storm system that we have right now? It's a winter hurricane, and as we speak, we have a storm surge barreling into the coastline here. So here's our storm. It actually does have an eye forming as it's pushing off to the north and to the east. And what's going to happen here is you get the strong winds wrapping around the center of this storm system, and they're coming right into the coastline. So there's several factors that will determine how high the water is and the storm surge in a particular location. The number one factor is the strength of the wind, because we're actually pushing a bubble of water right into the coastline here, and so the sheer force of the wind. Now, low pressure, because you have less pressure and the air is rising, there's actually a little bubble that forms on the ocean, but that's negligible compared to the amount of the force of the wind. But what else is important on the storm surge is this: it's the shape of the coastline. Notice here in Boston, winds are coming in this direction, but here you get a little hook right here, so the water will pull right on in these little corners right here, and so you're going to get a stronger storm surge here than you will right here, where the water is going to peel off to the side. And so this is going to be a determining factor as well of where the storm surge would be. And the third main factor is the shape of the coastline. So you have the water. If the shape of the land underneath is gradual, the water will pile up and you'll get a higher storm surge. If it's a sharp drop, you might have a 20-foot storm surge on a particular storm, but then with the other storm system, you'll have only an 8 or 9-foot storm surge. So you can see the strength of the winds in these hurricanes. Here's the storm surges in feet. So great question there. We actually have a storm surge going on right now, and the Massachusetts coastline, it will be worse at high tide tomorrow morning.
Are we also going to get just tons of ice going up on shore?
They'll have ice chunks coming in. It hasn't been real cold, but that happens a lot when you have major storms like this too.
Something to watch out for. Thanks, Scott.
Yep.